Race 5.
Get across. Sportscraft is trying to head across them. Feisty still has the inside running, but now Out for Justice gets to the front. So it's Out for Justice in front. Sportscraft will take her on though, and she'll find the lead. So Sportscraft works to the lead round the first turn. Slaps without cover early. Out 3 wide. 8 Diamonds is coming around the pack. Feisty now 3 back the rails. Linton Zero onto the back of the favourite. Then Cullen in the inner. 4 metres away in the pack. Then Checkered Lass. They are followed well back in the field then by Hip Chip, and with it Galloway Gladys. Down to the judge, they've got 2 to run. 8 Diamonds raced up on the outside of Sportscraft. Had a little bit of a look. In fact, I think Rossi was trying to drop in behind the leader, but Out for Justice quickly kicked up. Lead time's pretty good, 45.7 for the fillies. Slaps 1-1 as they start to steady. Then Feisty the inner. When they do steady, Galloway Gladys is off 3 wide, so there's action here in the Oaks. Further back then to Linton Zero. Was 1 out, 2 back early. It'll be 1 out and 3 back shortly. Further back in the field then Cullinan. They are followed then by Checkered Lass, and further back in the field then to last of all Hip Chip. Now Galloway Gladys working up 3 wide, trying to get around 8 Diamonds, taking a little while to get there. Sportscraft the inside, Galloway Gladys on the outside, not going quickly here in the mid stages. Then on the outside 8 Diamonds right up on the bit, the leader's right up on the bit also. Out for Justice behind them, then Slaps around Feisty, will need a bit of luck. Linton Zero the outside, Cullen in the rails, and then further back to Checkered Lass and Hip Chip. Only 33.3 that quarter as they come down the straight. So Sportscraft worked early, but she's getting a breather in the mid stages. 2 metres to Galloway Gladys. 8 Diamonds is fired right up on the outside. Out for Justice the rails. Slaps comes out 3 wide. 8 Diamonds goes in front of her. Down on the inside, Feisty from Cullinan. Linton Zero continues to follow Slaps, and they're followed by Hip Chip and Checkered Lass. 31.5 they sped up in the second quarter, and the leader is bolting Sportscraft. Right up on the bid, 3 metres clear of Galloway Gladys. 3 wide, 8 Diamonds. In behind them, Out for Justice. Slaps follows 8 Diamonds home. Feisty looking to get off the rails there from Linton Zero, and then Cullinan. Well out of it, Checkered Lass and Hip Chip off the back. Sportscraft the one to beat. He goes for it now. She's trying to get away as Slap starts her sprint. 8 Diamonds in the centre. Out for Justice in behind them. Then Feisty and Linton Zero. Galloway Gladys in trouble. Sportscraft just led. Slaps draws within a metre as they turn for home. Out for Justice still there. Then 8 Diamonds. Feisty into the clear. In the straight, Slaps goes to the lead now. She races past Sportscraft. Goes across to the rails as she does so. Feisty flying home late, but Slaps too good. Beats Feisty. Third is tight. Sportscraft, or the fast finishing Hip Chip, came from nowhere. In the centre, 8 Diamonds. Then Out for Justice, Linton Zero, Cullinan, and a long gap Checkered Lass, and Galloway Gladys was in trouble off the back.
To go. Race 7. Racing and coming out nicely, Mexicali Rose. Torpedo away well, but Mexicali Rose is going to lead and lead clearly at the first corner. Torpedo's gone to second. They're out by 3 or 4 to Classic Old, Lilac Cape the outside, then 4 Canimbla and Cuisine. A lap to go, Torpedo on the outside of Mexicali Rose. They're out by nearly 5 lengths. Lilac Cape goes to third, Classic Old, then Cuisine and Canimbla's last. Into the back, Torpedo strode clear from Mexicali Rose. Lilac Cape third winding up. So is Cuisine on the outside, but coming to the corner, and Torpedo nicely clear. Leads 4 lengths to Mexicali Rose and Lilac Cape. Torpedo going further ahead, and Torpedo is going to go on and win pretty comfortably. Torpedo by 3.5 lengths to Mexicali Rose. Lilac Cape third. Cuisine didn't run on. Further back then were Classic Isle and Canimbla.
Ready, racing. Corral de Jet has gone away very quickly. He leads on the outside. The Unicorn is up and around the outside, trying to head off Corral de Jet early, and they are burning. Dark Paul takes the trail 30s, 15 metres away as Corral de Jet drives through on the inside. Is trying to keep out the Unicorn, and they're still burning out of the straight. Dark Paul 8 metres away, fourth on the outside, 6 metres to Appenon Lad, and Impressionist is back of the tail. At the 1600 they race, and the Unicorn on the outside is still serving it up to Corral de Jet, and my word, didn't they fly. He gets there now, the Unicorn, by 8 metres to Corral de Jet. 15 metres away, third, Malaray. 15 metres away, fourth is Dark Paul. Impressionist, one off the fence, is second last, and 3 metres away, Appenon Lad. They went like quarter horses early in the race on the top turn. The Unicorn has to steady. His margin 6 metres to Corral de Jet. Malaray 8 metres away, third. Impressionist is working around them now on the outside, followed by Dark Paul, and 2 metres away, Appenon Lad. On the bend they race. First split of the mile in 30. 31.2. Towards 1,000 metres they race. In front is the Unicorn. After working by 2 metres, Impressionist on the outside is now having a crack at the Unicorn. Corral de Jet is 5 metres away third as the Unicorn kicks up and keeps out Impressionist. Well, Dark Paul, he's had a very good run fourth. He'll have the last shot of them, followed by Melleray, and last on the outside is Appenon Lad. Out of the straight they race towards the 800 metre turn. Second quarter in 31.4. In front towards the 650 is the Unicorn. Racing second the outside, 2.5 metres away is Impressionist. On the rail and third is Corral de Jet. Dark Paul on the outside is poised fourth. 2 metres to Melleray and 3 metres to Appenon Lad. Field of 6 go towards the 450. No more than 12 metres that cover the field. And the Unicorn held together by 1.5 metres to Impressionist on the outside. Corral de Jet's in a loose rein third. Dark Paul about to ease to the outside. Second last Melleray. And last on the outside is Appenon Lad. On the home turn they race towards the 200 metres. Third quarter 29.8. It's the Unicorn shaken up in front. 2.5 metres to Impressionist on the outside. Corral de Jet needs a run. Dark Paul now pulls out, followed by Melleray and Appenon Lad at the 120. The Unicorn in front, but here is Dark Paul in a bound. He's got to them, Dark Paul. He had the last crack at them, and here's a treble for Andrew Peace. It's all Dark Paul. He wins the City of Springvale Cup easily. Dark Paul by 5.5 metres. Maybe the Unicorn second, a nose to Impressionist third. Then Corral de Jet, Melleray and Appenon Lad has run last.
Number 3 the winner. What an impressive win too. Number 3 Dark.
In the 9th event. Set to go. They're off. And winning the start was My Girl Katie. On the outside was Short Black Book. Third was Lakewood's Lad, followed by Master Charlie. Or Lakewood's Lady went very deep on the turn out of the straight. And My Girl Katie left 2 lengths in front from Short Black Book. Moving up on the inside, Master Charlie quickly. 4 further back to Big Bad Grace, followed by Audigo and out wide Tiger Cape. 2 Christie's Promise. And last of all, Lakewood's Lady. At the top turn, it's My Girl Katie 2 in front. Master Charlie into second. Short Black Book third. Straightening My Girl Katie in front. Master Charlie trying hard, but it's all My Girl Katie. My Girl Katie wins from second, Master Charlie. Third, Short Black Book, followed by Christie's Promise and also Tiger Cave from Lakewood's Lady. Next to last was Big Bad Grace, and last of all was Audigo.
And another winner to Rod Fuller there at Penrith. Number 7, My Girl Katie, the winner ahead of number 3, Master Charlie, and 2, Short Black Book. At Newcastle, runners on the track. Soon they'll
the back they're set. There's the blue light. They're off and racing. And dropping back shortly after the start, Tiara Kimbo and Tia Manita. Not much pace from the barrier. Likewise, Qatari Chance. It's third last on settling down, and Zapped was the best out. The Chestnut looking for the lead. Over on the inside, Eliza Matilda trying to hold it out. French Song is going forward on their outside. He galloped there, though, French Song. He got into a break, or she did. She got into a break and is galloping hopelessly back through the field as Riviera Guy takes over, crossed in front of Zapped to lead. Running third now, Emat D, and running fourth behind them, Eliza Matilda. Fifth and a length and a half away, Qatari Chance. French Song has recovered, but it lost about 10 lengths in that galloping expose. Back on the inside, Tia Manita, and last of all is Tiara Kimbo. Down to the judge, they've got a lap to go, and this horse inclined to get off the track here, Riviera Guy. He's out 1.5 carts. Running second on the outside, Emat D, and Zapped is 1 out and 1 back. On its inside is Eliza Matilda. They were followed by Qatari Chance. And then came Tia Manita from Tiara Kimbo. And last of all is French Song. They work towards the back. And Riviera Guy in front, but he's wayward. He leads by a neck to Emat D on the outside pulling. Zapped had a nice run, and here's Qatari Chance pulling out from the running line. Going a long way from home, 6.50 out. Back on the inside was Eliza Matilda, a length and a half, Tia Manita, French Song. And last of all is Tiara Kimbo. They're halfway down the back, 500 metres left to go. They're 3 in line. Riviera Guy the inside, Emat D the centre, and Qatari Chance, who's loomed up and taken the lead. Out 4 wide, those Zapped is about to chime in. Eliza Matilda on their backs from Tia Manita. French Song a long way out of its ground, and then came Tiara Kimbo. As they come off the back, though, Zapped, he's not travelling well at that stage. Osborne's hard at work. He's about to settle down and get onto the bit right now, Zapped. He's starting to come now. Qatari Chance took the lead round the turn. Over on the inside, Riviera Guy. He's wayward, Zapped, but he's coming into it nicely. Qatari Chance in front. Zapped is running all over the place. Qatari Chance pinched a break. Zapped is trying to cut him down, but Qatari Chance had kicked in. Qatari Chance will be too good. Qatari Chance has beaten Zapped, and third home Tia Manita, which has come back from almost last. They're followed by Emat D, and then Riviera Guy, Eliza Matilda, French Song, and last of all Tiara Kimbo. Qatari Chance the winner.
Ready and racing. Tura from barrier 3, fairly away. Arc Banjo near the inside won the start. Red Scent showing speed and Dixieland Jazz going forward, but he'll be wide in the run to the first bend. Settling just behind them, Kim Bolton, Jane and General Grant. They're followed further back in the field by DiMaggio. Settling well back, Sovereign Lad. Third last, Atomic View. Second last, Chief Scott. And the tail ender was Fair Dinkum with Banker in midfield. Running onto the side on the first occasion, and Red Scent won the battle for the lead. Arc Banjo took a trail. Dixieland Jazz is third without cover, but will receive some shortly as Kim Bolton Jane slides forward 3 deep. The next pair were General Grant racing inside of Tura, trailed up by Banker on the outside of DiMaggio. Then Sovereign Lad fourth last in the running line. Third last, Fair Dinkum. Next to last, Chief Scott. And Atomic View last of all. Lead time 36.1. And the front runner was Red Scent at the 14.50. A half in front of Kim Bolton Jane, now second. Arc Banjo third on the leader's back, and Dixieland Jazz gets the 1 out, 1 back trail. General Grant 3 back on the inside of Tura, the favourite midfield. Trailed up by Banker on the outside of DiMaggio, and then came Sovereign Lad racing outside of Fair Dinkum. And the joint tail enders were Chief Scott and Atomic View, and they'd be 10 lengths off the lead. Around the home turn, 1200 left to go. They get the bell this time, and the front runner is Red Scent, 32.2 the first quarter of the last mile. Kim Bolton Jane second, and Arc Banjo is third, locked up on the rail. Dixieland Jazz is getting a good run tonight. He's 1 out and 1 back. General Grant is awkwardly placed 3 back on the inside. There's no speed on as they race past the post. Tura midfield. DiMaggio next on the inside. On its outside was Banker. Fair Dinkum bailed away fourth last on the inside of Sovereign Lad, and still bringing up the rear were Atomic View and Chief Scott. No moves on the side of the track. 8.50 left to go, and Grant Dixon and Red Scent are dictating terms in front. A half a length on Kim Bolton Jane second. Arc Banjo third, and Dixieland Jazz all dressed up in fourth spot on the outside. General Grant next. 32.7 the next quarter, so the half in 64.9. Tura was sitting sixth, and then DiMaggio followed by Banker, Sovereign Lad, Fair Dinkum, Atomic View and Chief Scott last of all. So they go along the back straight at the 500 metres. They start to quicken now. Red Scent joined by Kim Bolton Jane. Hot on their hammer, Dixieland Jazz. No run for Arc Banjo. Sovereign Lad pulls out quickly from near the rear. He's spreading around them fast, 3 wide. Then came Tura, followed by General Grant held up. Then Chief Scott, Banker, DiMaggio, Fair Dinkum and Atomic View. Up the back straight in 30.3. It's Red Scent and Kim Bolton Jane about to be joined by Dixieland Jazz 3 wide. Sovereign Lad 4 wide on the bend. Went roughly and broke. And Tura just behind them, and now hooked to the outside. Kim Bolton Jane and Red Scent joined by Dixieland Jazz. Tura with a late run down the outside. It's Kim Bolton Jane, Dixieland Jazz and Tura. Kim Bolton Jane pulling out plenty. Dixieland Jazz and Tura can't get it. And Kim Bolton Jane wins from Dixieland Jazz and Tura. It'll be a photo for second and third. Behind them, General Grant, and then came Banker. At the head of the others was Red Scent, DiMaggio, Fair Dinkum, Atomic View. Second last, Arc Banjo. Chief Scott, last of the main group, bar one. Sovereign Lad broke on the turn and just passing the post now.
Yellow, How's the Ford, Blue November Rider. Racing. How's the Ford came out fairly. Genesis has won the start early and leads Pretty Crackers. How's the Ford trying to push through, was in between runners. Formidable Lad on the rails. A length behind those was Classico. Further back in the field on the fence, November Rider, and last of all, Red Amerigo down the back and getting away in front, Genesis. Genesis leads by 3 or 4 lengths. Second, Formidable Lad. Star Title is running into it nicely, and then a break to November Rider. Genesis leads. Star Title out after Genesis. It's Genesis and Star Title. Star Title on the outside has got up. Star Title on the outside just wins from Genesis. Third, Formidable Lad, November Rider, Red Amerigo. And then came Pretty Crackers next to last, Classico, and How's the Fort was last.
Going to dispatch, they're away. Willie Cracker's going to lead pretty easily, I'd suggest. Milepost didn't show much pace. Melvin Skipper showing more pace. Will try and work across. Imperial Adam not quite on the back of the leader, and this should allow Melvin Skipper to drop in behind if he wishes to. Further back in the field, Oriana Skipper back along the inside. Next along on settling down was Beniro Bell. Further back in the field, Empire Ginger, then Poshak. Well out of it, Better Him and Night Shadow back to the tail. Well, really, Willie Cracker didn't have to do that much work to hold the early lead. And he comes into the straight, and they're not going all that hard. Led 4 metres. Melvin Skipper now on the rails second. In front of Imperial Adam. Now Roshuk is hanging back on Milepost, hoping to get a bit of cover, but none coming at this stage. Venero Bell on the inside. Oriana Skipper's 1 out and 1 back. Well, a little way from the leader. Down on the inside, Poshak, covered by Empire Ginger. Gee, they've only run 48.8. That's pretty slow for the lead time for this class. Better Him was second last, and Night Shadow at the tail. So Willie Cracker's getting away with it as they race into the back straight. 4 metres, Melbourne Skipper with the nice set. Milepost now gradually moving forward on the outside. Imperial Adam needs luck from 3 back the rails. Oriana Skipper 1 by 1. Venero Bell on the inside of Empire Ginger. 4 metres then Bedenim. Racing outside of Poshak, and 6 metres last of all Night Shadow. Well, he's had a very easy run on top, Willie Cracker. He should be very hard to run down. To expect to see pretty quick last 2.5 or last 3 quarters, where the leader is still Willie Cracker by 3 metres. Milepost second. Melbourne Skipper now with the head high up in the air, running third. It wants to go quicker. Oriana Skipper's had a lovely trail, only 33.5 the first quarter. These are walking times for this class. Imperial Adam on the inside, 4 metres Empire Ginger. Benero Bell aroused. These at the back have got a big job ahead of them. Bedenim, Poshak and Night Shadow. He speeds up as they race past the 800 now, and he gets inside the timing lights. Willie Cracker led 4 metres. Milepost has done most work in the run. Melbourne Skipper now waits for the run, as does Imperial Adam. Oriana Skipper nice and handy. On its back, Empire Ginger, Benero Bell. That second quarter they sped up to 30.7. Then Bedenim, Poshak, Night Shadow into the back. Still no real moves coming. Willie Cracker, he hasn't had to make use of him yet. Going strongly, 4 metres. Milepost under a little bit of pressure. He's got a big grip on Melbourne Skipper. No run for Imperial Adam. Oriana Skipper peels 3 deep. Empire Ginger follows it, but Hero Bell in the centre, and then Bedenim and Poshak. The leader was Willie Cracker. Melbourne Skipper into the clear of good enough. Imperial Adam driving up behind them, and then Oriana Skipper out wider. Further out, Empire Ginger on the turn. Still Willie Cracker going strongly, and he kicks away, turning for home. He got clear of Melbourne Skipper. Imperial Adam getting through now from Oriana Skipper, but oh dear, did they play into his hands. Willie Cracker had the easiest of runs in front and races away to win. 10 metres Imperial Adam, Melbourne Skipper. Poshak sneaks through along the inside to be close up with Oriana Skipper, Empire Ginger, then Milepost, Bedenim, Night Shadow and Benero Bell.
Race 10. And racing, dwelling at the start, Worth the win and winning the break on the outside was Missing You. Straight to the front over just a tad more, and third Free Brother. Out very wide into that first bend was Free Brother, followed by Worth a Win checked. Alert Notice on the inside of it from Alan Ball, Black Frank, and last of all Pagan Plume. Down the back, it's Missing You in front by a length over just a tad more. They clear out from the others. 5 away third, Worth a Win, who's closing in a hurry, followed by Free Brother and Alan Ball. Around the home turn, Missing You straightens 2 lengths in front, just a tad more second, third Worth a Win, but Missing You is forging clear. And Missing You wins well. Good run for second, Worth a Win. Third was just a tad more, followed next by Alan Ball from Free Brother and Black Frank. Second last was Pagan Plume, and last of all was Alert Notice. 5-2-3 on the last event. Number 5, Missing You. A black bitch by Hidden Blade of Alert Goddess.
Now they set. Racing. I'm a Bulldog goes away quickly. Fiona's Flare goes for a gallop shortly after the start, and going straight to the early leaders, I'm a Bulldog. Helium off the track is going forward. Lennon in the centre gets to 6, turning out of the straight. Just in behind the leader, Paul's Future. Then Supreme Gent. Quick Kiwi out wide, followed by Lennon. Now racing Free back on the outside. Now 1 out, 1 back as Helium races to an early lead. On the rail and 4 back early is Sovereign Bow. 5 metres away, Hope Reign Supreme. Profile is 6 metres away, followed by French Wine, Quick Kiwi, and Fiona's Flare giving chase about 25 metres away. Along the back towards the 2200 metre turn, and in front is Helium by 4 metres to I'm a Bulldog. Lennon now is easing to the outside, 3 wide early in the race and making ground. Then Supreme Gent in the centre. French Wine now pulls to the outside, 3 wide, racing on the top turn. On the rail and 3 back is Paul's Future. 1 metre to Hope Reign Supreme, 3 metres to Sovereign Bow, followed by Profile, 6 metres to Quick Kiwi, and Fiona's Flare about to tack up, only 8 metres away. It's a line of 3 on the bend. French Wine out 3 wide. Lennon the centre, which is about to race to the lead now. It does now towards the 1850. In front now is Lennon by 2.5 metres to French Wine the outside. Helium takes the trail third. Fourth on the outside is Supreme Jet, and fifth on the rail is I'm a Bulldog. After leading early, 4 metres away, Hope Reign Supreme. Paul's Future now 4 back on the rail. 3 metres away, Profile, followed by Sovereign Bow. 3 metres to Quick Kiwi, and back on the fence and 4 metres away is Fiona's Flare. Out of the straight they race at the lap and 3/4 towards the 1600-metre turn, and Lennon's in front. Should take plenty of stoushing from there. Racing at his wheel, second the outsiders French Wine. Racing third, 2 metres away Helium. Fourth on the outside Supreme Gent. 2 metres to I'm a Bulldog. 2 metres to Hope Reign Supreme. Then Paul's Future. 1 metre to Profile. Third last Sovereign Bow, followed by Quick Kiwi, and Fiona's Flare is last, and 35 metres had cover the field as French Wine outside. Lennon goes for a gallop on the top turn. He's buckled French Wine on the top turn towards the 1250, and Lennon's in control and doing it very sweetly. 10 metres now to Helium on the inside. French Wine is getting going after galloping for a good part of at least 120 metres. 4 metres away I'm a Bulldog on the inside of Supreme Gent. Then Hope Reign Supreme, followed by Paul's Future. Locked away Sovereign Bow. Profile third last on the outside, 15 to 20 metres off the lead. And the last two are Fiona's Flare on the inside of Quick Kiwi. Around to go in the EB Cochrane Cup, and in control is Lennon, inclined to pull in front by 3.5 metres. French Wine second, the outsider still hopping on that turn out of the straight. Racing third behind the leader is Helium. 3 metres away I'm a Bulldog. The splits in 31.4 and 32.5. Locked away I'm a Bulldog on the inside of Supreme Gent fifth. Then Paul's Future on the inside. Up on the outside Hope Reign Supreme. Profile now easing out 3 wide, followed by Sovereign Bow. Then Quick Kiwi and Fiona's Flare. But Lennon goes towards the 450. Still over 5 metres in front. Again French Wine goes for a gallop. He's out of it now. 3 wide Supreme Gent pulls out, forcing Hope Reign Supreme 4 wide, so Profile is 5 wide on the top turn. Helium behind the leader. He's at a nice run. Then I'm a Bulldog, Quick Kiwi, Paul's Future, Fiona's Flare, and dropping out of it Sovereign Bow. But Lennon bounded away on the home turn with a wing on every foot. He straightened up 12 metres in front. Third quarter in 30.2. Helium travels into second placing. I'm a Bulldog is getting out. Then Profile down the outside, but it's all the classy Lennon. He's far too good, and he takes out the Cochrane Cup in brilliant style. Lennon wins by 8 metres. I'm a Bulldog has run second. 5 metres away third Helium. Profile fourth. Then Paul's Future, Fiona's Flare. She did a good job to beat 5 home. They were Quick Kiwi, Hope Reign Supreme, Supreme Gent, Sovereign Bow, and French Wine has run last.
There's the blue light. They're off and racing. And Forest Rebel out deep on the track is looking for the lead, and look at him go in the first little bit. He's going to zoom across and take the lead with no worries at all, Forest Rebel. He crossed before the first turn. Enya gets to second on the outside, although Minnie Malone punches up and takes that position as Enya gallops. Enya's in a break. It drops back, although now it's recovered and it's back in a pace. Going up on its inside is Winnie May, and around the outside with a run is Leslie's Fancy. Back on the inside, Carnival Avenue, and on its outside, Pauline Wiz. They'll followed well back by Sinker Blaze and the Grey Silvery Moon. Forest Rebel, he's going out, and with his tail swishing in the breeze, he leads by 1.5 lengths. Second is Minnie Malone, 2 lengths away then to Winnie May, who gets off the fence. Carnival Avenue going up on the inside, and then came Pauline Wiz back on the...
Back to Newcastle in a moment. Here's Whitworth Park, race 9.
Set to go. 1 and 7 the faves. Racing on the outside, Hidden Express won the start. Driving through Aristocova, between them there Groves Willand on the outside. Proper Rebel tries to get over. Getting to the lead, Aristocova is kicked away from Groves Willand. Proper Rebel round the first corner. Whiskey 3 railing from Rich Roulette. Hidden Express well back in the field then was Highest Power as they come up to the home corner. And last of all, the Reserve Treasury Bond. Aristocova nicely clear. Here's Whiskey 3 charging home. So is Rich Roulette. Aristocova led. Whiskey 3 grabs it. Whiskey 3 drives through, and Whiskey 3 wins from Aristocova. Rich Roulette gets up for third, then Treasury Bond.
1, 2, 7 there as we go back to Newcastle.
Where's 1.5 lengths to Silvery Moon, and Leslie's Fancy drops out to the tail. They work towards the back, and this horse is pulled from the outset, Forest Rebel. It's still in front by a length. Second is Minnie Malone, and third up on the outside there's a Winnie May. Back in behind them, Carnival Avenue. And then came up on the inside to Sinker Blaze with nowhere to go. It's locked away on the fence. About to go Enya, although it's under the whip. And then came Pauline Wiz. Silvery Moon takes off, and back at the tail of the field, Leslie's Fancy. They come off the back, and Forest Rebel still the front runner. With less than 400 to go, it's Forest Rebel a length clear of Minnie Malone and Winnie May. 2 lengths away then. Enya's gone. It galloped again. Up on the inside, Sinker Blaze. And then came
came Pauline's Whiz. One going in front of it. Carnival Avenue pulls out for a run, but they come to the point of the turn, and Forest Rebel still in front. It's a length clear. Minnie Malone gets off its back. Winnie May down the outside, and Carnival Avenue putting in big strides. Forest Rebel staying to paddle. Minnie Malone's got it. Forest Rebel and Minnie Malone come away. Minnie Malone doing better. Carnival Avenue coming down the outside, but Minnie Malone will be too good for Forest Rebel, and Minnie Malone scores from Forest Rebel. Carnival Avenue was third, and Sinker Blaze got a bad check near the line. Next home was Winnie May, followed up by Pauline Wes, then Silvery Moon. The next one home was Leslie's Fancy, and last of all was Enya. Number
1, 7 and 8 there at Newcastle. The winner, Minnie Malone, from number 7, Forest Rebel, and third, number 8, Carnival Avenue. Race 9 will be the last there, and it's due in about 25 minutes. Now they're beginning to score up at Albion Park for race 8. Here again, David Fowler.
Thanks, Russ. Gate rolling for the 8, the 3-year-old size stake seat, supported by Carlton. And number 5, Hamilton Drive, is the Queensland TAB favourite at $1.90 and $1.30. He's been at an odds-on quote right throughout betting. Looking for 3 straight wins after scoring twice at Redcliffe on the 19th and 26th of March. Now the gate picks up speed and heads to the back straight. 1 mile is the trip again. 10 across the front, set to go. Stand by for a start. Pole marker Sunrise Light. They're set. They're off and racing. Hamilton Drive has begun well. Right Decision came away quickly as well. He's second in the early stages. From out wide, Unarmed showing speed. There's a galloper soon after the start. Turco Bay in a full stretch gallop going back to the tail. Hamilton Drive, the early leader. Right Decision settled second. Third was Unarmed, and Classic Approach early. Fourth, 1-1. Fifth on the inside, Sunrise Light. Then Naya Tusi, followed by Alamo Boy. Kasna 3 wide and pressing forward. And then Warp Speed, and Turco Bay has been retired. Hamilton Drive was a clear front runner as they come around the home turn at the 1200. He's 2 lengths in front of Right Decision. He has a perfect sit on the leader's back. Running third was Sunrise Light. Unarmed fourth, the first without cover. Kasna's working overtime up 3 wide towards the leaders. Then Classic Approach, a little worse than midfield in the running line on the outside of Naya Tusi, followed by Alamo Boy, and the tail ender was Warp Speed. First quarter, 29.3. Hamilton Drive, the leader, takes them to the side of the track, a half length in front of Kasna, who's now at the leader's wheel. Right Decision third on the inside, and fourth Unarmed. He gets cover for the first time in the race on the outside of Sunrise Light. Then Classic Approach. Alamo Boy starts a run 3 wide. Naya Tusi second last, and tail ender still Warp Speed. Heading to the back straight with 700 left to go. 32.7 the next quarter. The half covered in 62. The leader's Hamilton Drive, a half in front of Kasna second. Right Decision third and sweating on a run. Then came Unarmed. Alamo Boy's got to fifth but shown the whip. They're followed by Sunrise Light, Classic Approach, Naya Tusi, and Warp Speed last 8 lengths off the lead. Along the back straight, Hamilton Drive held together by Kevin Dowd. A half in front of Kasna, who's creeping closer. Right Decision third and still locked up on the inside. Unarmed is under pressure. Then Sunrise Light. Alamo Boys run his race. Warp Speed taken to the outside. Then Classic Approach and Naya Tusi. 29.6 up the back straight. Hamilton Drive the leader. Clicked up coming to the turn. Kasna running a game race. And then came Right Decision followed by Sunrise Light. They're homeward bound though. Hamilton Drive's the leader. Right Decision's got a clear run if good enough as Kasna ran wide. At the 100 metres though, Hamilton Drive the leader. Right Decision setting sail out after Hamilton Drive. Hamilton Drive though packing plenty close to home, and Hamilton Drive wins. 3 metres on the line, Right Decision. Third is close, Sunrise Light or Kasna, who raced erratically down the running. Finished in the centre of the track, a gap to Naya Tusi. Classic Approach, followed then by Warp Speed, Alamo Boy, Unarmed, and Turco Bay retired soon after the start. 28.8 last quarter. That's a career best for Hamilton Drive, 20.4. 190 and 145 on the Queensland TAB. 2 Right Decision second. A place tote of 120. And the judge will call on the photo. No, he doesn't for third. Number 1, Sunrise Light, gets it without the aid of the camera. So the placings are confirmed at 5, 2 and 1. 5, 2, 1. Hamilton Drive, Kevin Dowd the winner. Right Decision, Ian McMahon second. And third, number 1, Sunrise Light, Julie Wiedemann. Number 10, Kasna's probably thrown away a placing by racing ungenerously down the straight. He's finished fourth.
Ready, racing. Began pretty well, Brilliant Bruce, trying to head him off Brave Conquest to the first turn. He's got about a metre clear Brave Conquest, but still with the inside running Brilliant Bruce. Rebel Shots try to drive through here on the back of the favourite. Just a Dream broke up in the middle of the pack. Most of them getting around it okay, although Vic Noble has to go a bit wide. Now working up towards the lead is High Living. Arab Pride is about 5th on settling and might drop to the rails here in front of Rebel Time. 4 metres then to Vic Noble, and Just a Dream drops out to the tail about 25 to 30 metres away when it gets trotting into the straight this time around. And with just over 2 laps left to run, the leader is Brilliant Bruce by 3 metres. In second placing, High Living on the rails, Rebel Shot. So it's getting a nice trial, but it's also in the pocket. 1 out and 1 back, Brave Conquest. Lead time is 49 seconds. Arrow Pride 3 back on the inside, then 2 metres to Rebel Time. 5 or 6 metres Vic Noble, and tacking on fairly quickly with not that much pace on was Just a Dream. They trot into the back, a lap and 3/4 from home, and Brilliant Bruce the leader. A couple of metres in front in second placing, High Living. Rebel Shot behind the leader. 1 out and 1 back is Brave Conquest. On its back, Rebel Time. Back along the inside, Arrow Pride. 5 metres to Vic Noble and 2 metres last of all, Just a Dream. That's the order now as they leave the back, under a lap and a half to run. Leader's had a pretty good run in front, Brilliant Bruce. He hasn't had to work that hard. A couple of metres clear, he's right up on the bit. High Living second. Now there's no run at this stage for Rebel Shot back and behind. She's right up on the bit, covered up by Brave Conquest.